Hello and welcome to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. I'm Tristan Hammett, your host for today's episode, and joining me is Mia Willie. Mia brings a refreshing perspective to Utah real estate, mixing her European roots, love for the outdoors, and real-world experience as a mom navigating home life and business. Known for her mom realtor niche, Mia helps clients find homes that fit their lifestyles, not just their budgets. From luxury listings in Heber to family spaces in Draper, she's redefining what it means to connect homes with people. Let's jump in. Hello, Mia.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, thanks for being here. I told her right before she got here, because I've never met her, I am fangirling.
I'm honored.
So I'm really excited to get to know you because I've never met you before today. So first, let's talk about where you're from, and then we'll kind of fast forward into how you got into real estate.
Yeah, so I'm actually born in Moscow, Russia. I lived there for only a year, so I don't speak any Russian, and then moved to the Czech Republic when I was a kid for a couple years before my parents moved to Colorado. So I was mainly raised in Colorado, grew up there for a couple years, and then went to CU Boulder. And after I graduated, found myself in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what brought you to Utah after graduating?
So I studied finance and accounting in Boulder. And so after that, I got a full-time, I did an internship here and then took the full-time job at Goldman Sachs. And so worked at Goldman Sachs for a little bit before, moving myself into real estate. But it was fun, and I'm glad that Goldman Sachs brought me to Utah because I would have never moved here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're actually going from like one mountain town to another.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's actually interesting because there's a lot of similarities, but differences as well. Utah mountains are way better.
They are, because they're just here in your face.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It reminds me of Boulder in a sense that the mountains are in your face, but it's so much fun. I love Utah.
Okay, so you were working at Goldman Sachs, and then how did you get into real estate?
Yeah, so I personally always thought I would be working in a big city in finance. I just really was passionate about it. And then after COVID hit, a lot of people left Utah, and I was just working at home like nonstop. Didn't have like face-to-face conversations, and was like, I just don't feel like this is my passion anymore. And then my dad was in real estate before, and so I've always seen it growing up. But yeah, so then I transitioned just out of nowhere, kind of took the plunge because it was a huge learning curve. I went from having a regular salary to making like $20K within the year. And so I learned a lot through that time period, but it was honestly like I knew that I had to take that step, work really hard, and then see growth over time.
Okay, amazing. So can you actually, speaking of time frames, when was this?
This was, I think, 2021,
Oh,
2022.
okay.
2021, 2022. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like trying to think. I'm like, it feels like it was just yesterday, but also it feels like it was 10 years ago.
Okay, so this is going to be a great conversation because, and these are actually some of my favorite podcasts when the agents aren't from the area and they don't have this SOI that everyone is supposed to work.
Yes.
Right? So I'm excited to talk about that. Okay, so you get licensed in 2021 or 2022?
Yeah, I feel like it was around that time frame. I can't even remember now. But
I'm putting you on the spot. That's why.
I think it was like either 2020, maybe it was 2022.
Okay.
Around that time frame. Like
okay.
After, when was COVID now? 2020?
I know. It seems like so long ago, but I was just talking about this today.
Yeah.
I'm like, it seems like forever ago, but then it's like, it really wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I think it actually was 2021.
Okay. So 2021, you get licensed. What's your first step? Did you join a team? Did you go solo? Like, did you know anybody that could like kind of mentor you and help you?
Yeah, so I reached out to, at the time when we purchased our house, our real estate agent, and I kind of picked their brain. It was like a partnership, so they didn't really have a team at that time. and then joined under them, and kind of since it was like an early on team, I didn't really learn too much like from a team perspective and how to grow my brand. So instead I kind of like put myself out there and tried to kind of like learn how to door knock or read contracts on a day-to-day basis and see like, okay, like if I don't have business now, how could I help people in the future? And so I educated myself with the Rep C, like learning everything what is in the contract, and kind of like just educated myself with mainly the contracts just to get familiar with the real estate world, just because I didn't really know anything.
Well, and I feel like a lot of agents don't put the two and two together, that knowing the Rep C, like how you studied it, can really help you in your negotiations and writing your contracts.
Yes.
Right? Where if somebody just kind of like passed the test and that's it, like you actually have an upper hand because you've studied the contract and you can use that in your negotiation skills and writing contracts up. So I think it's really important what you're doing. And so even though you might have not had clients right away, you're still like probably doing the most important part, which is reading the contract. You know?
And I would print the contracts and then I would basically just write a lot of scenarios, like different scenarios that could happen. Like if, like if it was a contingency or there were different addendums involved, I just like studied everything, kind of like as if I was taking the test over again, but it helped me really understand different scenarios in case I went through that in the future, what to do ahead of time, like foreclosures or short sales, like just different addendums that way. And even now, I think it helps me a lot because we do have a transaction coordinator, and I still like to write the contracts because I feel like that's a big...
Well, that's great. And what happens if something happened to your transaction coordinator?
Yes.
And you last minute have to jump in into your files.
Yeah. So I feel like I know real estate agents who have a transaction coordinator and still don't know how to write contracts. And I think it's so important because it's a negotiating tool as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I transitioned from real estate world. I honestly didn't even know, like, because when I came to Utah, it was still like, I think it was right before COVID hit, and then COVID hit. So I didn't really know anything about Utah. I was still like puzzled why all the streets were numbers and not like regular names. So I was like, I live here and I have no idea what's going on. So that was also one of the reasons why I got into real estate, because I was like, I need to go outside of my comfort zone and learn like what's out here. What makes
it's not
Utah
11,400 South. It's 114th for some reason.
Yeah, and I used to say that often before.
I know,
and
same.
I'm like, wow. But yeah, so I feel like that really helped me learn Utah and get to know this area by just learning myself, like what's out there, what makes Utah so special.
Yes. What a great way to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about how you went about getting your first client.
Wow. That was a while back, but I would say like friends and family. I did like make sure that people who I worked with at Goldman Sachs like knew that I went into real estate. I mailed letters, kind of made sure that letting people know that I transitioned from working in finance to being a real estate agent and how I could help them in the future. I also did like...
So these were past clients at Goldman?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I worked with people at Goldman, just my friends, like past teammates, family, friends. I also just like sent letters like outside of Utah because like, you never know when someone's going to be moving to Utah or if they have that in mind. And I've actually helped a lot of my friends move here.
Really?
Yes.
From Colorado area?
Kind of all over.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think like it's important to like let everyone know in your friend group, your family, just everyone know. Okay. And so that was important to me. And so I think that was one of my first deals. I can't even remember. I'm so bad. I have really bad memory.
No, you're a mom.
Yes.
We have our minds all over the place.
Yes, but it did help me. So I think back to your first question, I did join one team and then moved on to another team and then brought me to where I am right now, my third team.
Okay.
So yeah, 3 teams total, and I like being in a team because I honestly like talking to people too. Like that's another way that you get to, I don't know, have conversation, team meetings and stuff. But also we bounce ideas back and forth. So
I was just going to say, being a real estate agent can be so lonely,
yes,
right? And so when you are on a team or like in like actually going into an office, you're hearing conversations, you're hearing what other agents are having issues with or how they would handle this or, so you're able to bounce those ideas, like you were just saying, off of each other.
yes,
Yeah. And so I just highly recommend also joining a team. I feel like you'll find one that jives with you in your business,
yes.
you know?
And for first time agents, it's really important to learn from people who are experienced. You can't learn that like by yourself at home. Of course, you could see it in social, but you can't learn from others. I feel like I've learned different strategies with door knocking.
Yeah.
From
Talk to me about door knocking.
Yeah, door knocking is always something a little bit scary sometimes, but I've never had really scary situations happen. I've heard horror stories, but never to me. Usually I like to door knock before open houses to invite neighbors, and I always say like it's an invitation. And I have flyers, go door knocking, and what I like to do is I kind of like to have a conversation with them. Don't want to sell anything, kind of like hear about like their history, like why they chose their home, how long they've been in their home, what makes their neighborhood stand out. And people love to talk. Like that's what I've learned. You see sometimes like people get scared to door knock because it says no soliciting, but you're not selling anything. And so
Right.
sometimes you move into that home and they've already had that no soliciting sign and they never took it out. So you never know if that homeowner added that sign or not. And so sometimes I've had people say like, no, thank you. And that's okay. But sometimes I've had like hour-long conversations and I'm like, okay, like I need to start leaving or I'm going to be here all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I actually really like door knocking. I'm one of those people that you get an exercise, you get to talk to people. And
So
yeah.
do you still door knock?
Yes, when I
Yes.
can. Sometimes it's like difficult with if a listing's a little bit further away and I have different meetings throughout the day to try and make it on time. But I do try to make it my priority to door knock.
Okay. And then you're hosting open houses. How has that
Yes.
helped you in your business?
Open houses have been great. It's definitely transitioned a lot with the new NAR settlement stuff. And yeah, I feel like open houses, it's a great way to meet people in the neighborhood. I always get lots of neighbors when I door knock, which is great. But yeah, you have to be friendly and you have to like actually talk to them in a way that you're not trying to sell them on the house. And over the years, I've learned a lot through open houses. I feel like it's always something to learn, how to be proactive with the people who walk through the house. But I do enjoy doing open houses. They're not my favorite, but I do really like open houses.
Okay. I feel like if I was an agent, open houses would be my thing. And
Yeah.
door knocking to invite to open houses wouldn't be scary to me.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's what I think. I think I like door knocking more than I like open houses.
That's funny.
Because sometimes when it's, like a slower market and you don't get many people coming in, it's like, oh man, like, I want to do.
Well, if they're not going to come to me, I'll go to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I do stand outside, like trying to get people to come in. Or I do take it if it is slower to do other work or market it through social media, try to make a cool reel while like sitting in the home to invite people. But yeah, I do enjoy it.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So now I want to talk about social media because you're amazing at it.
Oh, thank
And
you.
you actually, not that long ago, um, were you on a panel with a bunch of agents and you were talking about social media?
I actually spoke.
You were a
Yeah,
speaker.
yeah.
Okay, so you were a speaker about social media. So
Yes.
I wasn't able to go that day, which was a bummer because I really wanted to go. And I know it was primarily for agents. But so can you give us some social media nuggets?
Yeah, so I actually spoke about how I came up with my niche and kind of like my social media strategy and kind of like the blueprint of what I go off of. So I became a mom last year.
Congratulations.
Thank
He's so
you.
cute.
My son is 14 months, almost 15. Um, and primarily I'm a buyer's agent, but I do listings as well. I just mainly work with buyers. And so working with buyers, like over time, I was just always like listening to what they have to say about different houses. And one came across that stood out to me where she's a mom and she was talking about how she has a couple kids and she really liked this kitchen and the cabinets were so beautiful, but she knew that with her kids' dirty handprints and fingerprints, it would just ruin it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good information to know. And at the time, I didn't really think about it. Like, it didn't stand out to me. But when I came home, I was like, oh my God, like, I feel like a lot of people don't know a lot of different things about when you are a mom, like, what things within a house that stand out. And I thought I took that and kind of started talking about my experience being a mom and kind of like features in a home that stand out. And so that's where I came up with my mom niche.
Yeah.
I know that I don't want to just talk about being a mom. So I do take it as my own personal um, ideas and what I've learned about being a mom. But yeah, I talked about basically my big blueprint with how I came up with that niche and also how I post and the strategies behind all of the reels I do, how to think of different categories because I'm still learning on an everyday basis, but I have been applying them every day with social media.
Okay, I love that. And about how many, like, and I've seen your posts and you'll do like mom scores.
Yes.
Which I think is so brilliant because there's a lot of things like you were just saying that you don't really think of when you're buying a house. Like, one of them could be being, there's another, one of my friends, she moved into a home and it's a bigger home than what she's used to. But she was saying, I'm so used to just like within a circle, I can talk to both my sons in both their rooms and my room. She's like, now I'm on the main floor, they're upstairs.
Yes.
And she's like, so now it's like I have to climb the stairs to get up there. They're like not on the same level, so it's not as easy to communicate with them. Like I'm yelling or, so things like that you just kind of don't think about when you're looking for a new home.
Yes. And like, for example, glass doors in the office as you walk in, having that separate office.
Yeah.
You don't really think about like, oh, glass doors are so like in and like they're very aesthetic, but they leave fingerprints or like your kids will like bother you like looking through the glass.
They see you and they're like, mom.
So I think small things like that kind of stand out to me. And I feel like it does stand out to that community. And like, I also thought of when I became a mom, like you have such a great mom community out there. And I wanted to just bring that within real estate. But it's been a lot of fun in that way.
When it's bringing people like you, obviously mommyhood is your world, right? So bringing people into your world, like you're not having to go out of your way to do anything.
Yes.
I always tell agents that it's a great idea. Like if you're already into a hobby, like just lean into that. There's a ton of agents that have also done like PTA as your son gets older, like PTA, getting involved, meeting moms, like those types of things. So it's like, he's already in your world. The school's already in your world. So just making combining the two.
Yeah, things that stand out to me. And a few categories like I think about is, of course, listing videos. My rating homes as a first-time mom, and then as I have more kids, I'll just say rating homes as a mom.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about that yet. But then also like different areas to go out. Like I feel like hyper-local things around Utah is so important. Like moms, where can I take my kids out on a Friday and then talk about that business? Some small businesses out there, they love that. So what I talked about in that conference was just record everything. Like you're going to, for example, if you go grocery shopping at this place that no one's ever heard of, like take footage and then collaborate with them afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And they love that. I've done that multiple times now, and my goal is to keep doing that when I have time to take my kid out and explore different areas. Like it's so much fun for them, but also for me because I get to film all this content and then reach out afterwards to collaborate. And yeah, businesses love that. So hyperlocal, I feel like, is always out there, and it's always good to do that.
And you're promoting small businesses,
Yes.
meeting the business owners.
Mhm.
Yes. And then reaching their audiences through collaborating.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I just saw your one with the little gym people, or
yes, the little gym.
The little gym.
Mhm.
Is that what it was called?
Yes.
Okay, the little gym. I was just like, that's so clever.
Yeah.
And then you literally are just voice recording like
Yes.
after the fact.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't even need to be like talking while you're in there, right?
No.
That might be a little awkward. I don't know. But your voice recording after, I just think that's so brilliant. Not only for like new moms and things like that, it's also connecting with people moving into Utah that don't have these friends. Like same with you. Like you didn't have friends in, this SOI. And I know when I moved here too, it was like going on Facebook groups, like what mom groups can I connect with? Like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So you're also creating a space for that too.
Exactly.
I love that.
And like elsewhere, like the little gym isn't local to Utah. It's local in different areas as well. And so people who don't know what the little gym is.
I didn't know before I watched your
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, you could go in Arizona, go to the little gym. So I think it also like in that way, like gives ideas for other moms or families in general.
That's
that
awesome.
They could explore.
I love that. See, you're just combining your world with the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think those were my 3 categories. And then of course, like deal of the week. If you're a new agent, it's always good to do deal of the week or a listing that stands out. What I did in the past was I took Coachella as an example because Coachella was very popular during the time it was going live. Everyone's talking about Coachella. And so I took 2 different listings that I found. And of course, you do research on the different listings out there, but took 2 different listings and I found that one looks like kind of this ticket, like why it stands out for this ticket, like a general admission one. And then the other more luxury, like you don't have to share a porta potty
or like VIP.
Yes. And I think this year it was very different for Coachella. I've actually never been to Coachella.
Me either.
So I was just like, yeah, I'll just free.
But that's so creative.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that idea?
I think it's because my feed, I just saw so many people like talking about Coachella or that they were at Coachella and heard like so many bad things that happened this year with Coachella, like with the parking situation or camping. I kind of don't really remember now, but I do remember that there was just so much talk within Coachella. And so I was like, oh, since everyone's talking about it, might as well like bring it like a little twist and talk about it within different listings and kind of correlate that way. I also did it with like Masters Edition because there's a lot of golfers out there.
Oh.
And there's this house that had a putting green. It was close to a country club, close to another golf, not a country club, but another golf place.
Resort? I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'm not a golfer.
What do they call it? Yeah, a golf place. And I also found that they had like another kind of like a ADU next to it.
Oh, okay.
And so I made like a joke like, oh, if you're golfing too much, you get sent to the doghouse. But yeah, and it just stood out because there's so many different things within that house that had, it also had a golf simulator. So yeah, there's just so many things that stood out with this house that kind of mixed in with the Masters weekend, and yeah, I think it performed really well.
That's
but
brilliant.
there's just so many different ideas that you could go
There really
off
is,
of.
because we do have a ton of beautiful golf courses here
Yes.
and golfers.
Yes.
Clearly not me. But I mean, you're brilliant. I'm
Yes.
surprised you don't have like a marketing degree, because it's like really smart and thinking outside the box.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And so I have been like mixing my different like social media tactics, just because I'm like, okay, like of course, like I want to incorporate being a mom, and like, because that's like my everyday life, and things that stand out with homes and different businesses. But I do really like those different types of reels I can make with working with different things, like even like different shows like White Lotus when that was popular.
I'm gonna have to
talking
go
about
further
that.
back in your social media, because this sounds all amazing.
Yeah, I think I have to incorporate it more with green screen, but I do love it. It's so fun. And then also deal of the week. I feel like you've heard that a lot. Like, I feel like the reels that stand out the most are always deal of the week, because everybody wants to know what's the best deal
Yeah.
out there. And I did that kind of incorporating within a mom's perspective, or like just in general, like how that listing would stand out as a mom or a parent. And so those are kind of my different angles within social media. But
Okay, so you had three. So it's listing videos, hyper
yes.
local,
Mhm.
and deal of the week.
Yeah. And like the rating homes as a first time mom.
Oh,
What I
okay.
did talk about with that conference, I know I'm going back and
No,
forth a
you're
lot, but is picking a series. And that's where I chose rating homes as a first time mom. But I think it's so important to think of a series. It doesn't have to be real estate related, but in general, thinking of something that, like, if you go on hikes with your dog, doing a series of like, hey, I'm taking my dog to this hike today, what, and then kind of talk about what stands out within that hike. I think that's really great. It doesn't have to be, real estate related, because like it brings other people to your page.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's another way to grow your social media, or just to get people talking about your page, because then you could go off of like, okay, also you sell houses. You don't want to just always say you sell houses. You just want to get your name out there. And so I think that everyone should start their own series.
I
like
love
if
that
you like
idea.
doing makeup, do that, and then talk about different stores that you could go to and get different makeup.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You're thinking outside the box, which I just love, and obviously makes you stand out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what other people would enjoy as
Yeah.
content, because every day, like nowadays, people scroll so fast past you. You have to stand out in a way.
Mm-hmm.
A great hook is so important. And when I'm filming now, I feel like I have a better setup than I did when I first started making content. But it's so important to just have different styles and different like equipment that you could bring along easily, and also different ideas.
So what are your like go-to equipment that you have now?
Yeah. So I got this stand off of Amazon. I can't remember what it's called, but I should link it if there's a way.
Okay.
It's like a really cool tripod stand, and it's super lightweight, and it's magnetic, so you could fit it with those cases that you put on your iPhone.
Oh, no.
And just put it in my purse, and then anywhere I go, if I, especially if I bring my kid, I just record anything, or a coffee shop or anything, just do some small content, and then make it into a reel afterwards. And it expands very great. I used to use like this really expensive, I think it's called like Digi or something. Like it's like a portable one that you could hold and record. I'm not really that tech savvy, so I kept like messing it up, and it was
taking more time than
And so I'm like, okay, I need to find a better way. And so yeah, this stand is awesome. It just sticks on, and it's really lightweight, so it's awesome. So I use that, and I have a good microphone that I use. I used to hold one, and that's what made me stand out in a way, because I hold a little microphone, but now I don't. I just put it, like, attach it, and microphones are really important because they have to hear you. So I have those two tools. I also try and talk fast, because a lot of people, like, you don't really notice this when you're actually filming, but I first started off like kind of talking a little slower, kind of like talking how I normally talk. And people just, scroll. It's not interesting when you're talking slower or like your normal pace. You need to grab people's attention really fast. And so kind of talking faster than you normally do makes you stand out.
And are you speeding that up on your videos, or no, you're just talking faster?
I'm just talking faster.
Okay.
I'm learning. You could speed it up, but I feel like it's easier kind of to talk a little bit faster. Like when I do those mom readings, I try and just memorize my lines really fast.
Okay. Wow.
And also doing, like, this is back to like how to create content, but you want to always have a script. I used to kind of do it, like, kind of, go to a house and just think of something, and it's so hard that way. You have to have a script. So
what are you chat GPTing this, or what are you doing?
So I think of like different things that stand out with a home. So my rating homes is a first time mom series. I actually do it with my own listings. So I also, when I first started, I kind of leaned towards like people that are my teammates and use their listings. But whenever we go live with the listing, I try to make a video if it's staged or if it's occupied, because it's harder when it's not occupied to make a video like that. But I thought of things that stood out within the listing itself, and then put that together within ChatGPT, and then from there I would just pull different things that they would say, like spit out, and then from there it was kind of hard because it's not really a person, so you can't really find your personality through ChatGPT. But then I took some of that language and then mixed it up and added a few of my own, and then created a script and made sure that the rating was at the very end of each point, so that way it stands out.
And they have to watch the whole video.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Smart.
So kind of creating a script. And I do that with all my listings, like my rating, like when I talked about rates dropping, I made a reel about that. And that one was really important to have like a mini script to go off of.
So are you saying that your scripts are basically kind of all outlined the same, obviously just change for like what house or what rate you're talking about?
For the series one I do, that one I have the same script. And then I switch out different things within that house. But
That's smart.
When I do,
because then you just start getting used to it, because you're always like doing the same thing.
Yes.
And then you're like, you got that down. You don't even like need to read it anymore.
Yes. But like, for example, that rate one I did, that one did really well because everyone was talking about the rate drop, and I kind of compared it to two of my listings and how it would save you money and how much it would save you within those two homes if you were to go under contract with them. So that one, I actually worked with my lender, and he helped me find those numbers so I was most accurate, and I incorporated that within my reel and had a script and went off of it. And most of the time now, I mean, it used to take like a while to make these reels. Now it's really quick, like 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about that. Are you making these reels daily? How many times a week do you try to post?
My goal was to do 3 times a week, 3 to 4. But, when you're a mom,
Yeah.
You never know the day.
Yeah.
It could be.
And same with a realtor.
Yes.
Never know your day.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, a meeting could pop up. You have to do a couple showings, and yeah. So a lot of people do say like, okay, Sundays is when you should kind of brainstorm your ideas or film all your reels. And I can't really do that because there's not just a day where I have time, that much time to record. I do try and do it when you have clean hair. Clean hair day.
Good tip. Good tip. Because I actually will not. Like, I hate making videos when my hair is like up.
Yes.
I'm like, ew, you know.
Yes. But I also sometimes do it when my baby's sleeping. Like I'll like brainstorm everything, have the script ready, and then when he's sleeping, record really quickly and get that done. Or if it's a voiceover and I did a small business and just do the voiceover quickly, I have that script ready so I could record. So my goal is to get more consistent with it. I feel like I need to get better at being more consistent. Everyone says you should be consistent. I believe you need to be more consistent. I just need to find the time to record it because I do like to be present with my kid when he's awake and not be on my phone. But yeah, that's what I try to do.
Okay. For your listing videos that you do you hire a company or are you doing them yourself, or how are you doing the listing videos? Because you have some really good ones.
Yes. My teammate Paige, she also has really great videos, and she and I collaborate a lot with different homes, and we do look at things that stand out. So we work with, it's actually her sister's company, Salt Cinema.
Oh, okay.
They're really great. Very amazing work. They do drone footage, all kinds of different footage.
It is like a lot of the videos are like movies.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. And
wow.
I feel
I
like,
didn't realize that was her sister.
Yeah, her sister.
Okay.
And she actually started out like not within real estate. I think she started out like doing big marketing videos for big brands. And Paige was the one who kind of told her like, hey, like you would be really great in doing real estate videos. But yeah, it's so amazing. Like you could think of an idea and they could come up with a script themselves.
Is that what's happening? Like you're coming up with an idea, or you guys are coming up with an idea together and then like telling her and then she's like, okay, this is what we're going to do? Or do you?
Yes, we kind of do a mix of different things. Like sometimes like we don't have an idea, or we tell them like what stands out with the property and then they kind of come up with an idea for us. Or some of the other times we come up with an idea and they help us kind of refine the script.
Okay.
For example, one of my listings, I'm sure you've heard of Call Her Daddy, the podcast.
Yes.
So they announced kind of I think it was The Bachelorette. She was announcing the new Bachelorette, and ABC called her to announce The Bachelorette. What? And I just knew that like, oh my God, everyone's talking about the new Bachelorette. Yeah. How could I take this video and make it into a listing video? And so for this particular home, I'm like, okay, let's do this, like just basically copy what she did. Yeah. And just make it into like a listing video.
So you're actually like ahead of the trends.
Yes. And they have good turnaround time. Like, so if we do have an idea, we have to get it out quick. Yeah. For that one in specific, like we had to work quick and get all the moving parts. And yeah, we copied it to a T. Wow. And made it into like a cool listing video. And we did another one for the American Eagle jeans. For Sydney Sweeney. I don't know if you've seen that marketing campaign. She did she kind of worked with American Eagle to market their jeans. And so we kind of wore like a Canadian tuxedo. What?
I'm going to go you're going to be like, okay, Tristan is like stalking my Instagram right now.
Yeah, that one was a really fun one because we kind of had that idea and we didn't know which one to copy. I think American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney had multiple different little marketing
Okay.
campaigns within that video, and so we did one of them. But Salt Cinema helped us pick one and kind of come up with the script. Yeah, and we basically looked at the video, tried to copy like exact movements that Sydney Sweeney did. And it was a very controversial topic because apparently it was very controversial with that campaign, but a lot of people were watching it, and you just want to get most eyes on the property. And so if that's like being talked about like within social media, how do we bring it into a
real estate video?
Listing video.
Wow.
And so, some of those are really fun. So we always try to think of what's trending, what is like everyone talking about,
what's going to be trending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or what's controversial, and kind of talk about that. And so that's how we stand out with like our marketing. Yeah.
You guys do such a good job.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But then I also bring, those real estate series into play and do like a...
And that's you filming yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we've talked about door knocking with open houses, social media. Is there another like stream of, or like a pillar, I guess is what it's called in real estate, like what, 4 pillars to a real estate business? Would you say you have 4, or is it really like door knocking, open houses, and social media?
I would say social media is like the biggest one.
The biggest one?
Yeah, because in order to be good in real estate, you have to build a brand. And in order to build a brand, you have to make yourself stand out. And so finding something that makes you stand out is super important. And I think social media, I mean, it's great that we have it nowadays. It makes you stand out, whether you like to dance or you like to cook. Like incorporating it within real estate is so important. And also like being yourself. Like people love watching what makes you you. And so I think that's really important as well.
Yeah, and I do feel like in your social media, like you come off like cute, funny, right?
Yeah.
Like very sweet. And like I feel like if I were to find you on social media, like I am, like this is who I'm getting.
Yes.
Like I know who I'm working with, and I would feel so comfortable with you,
And that's what I wanted.
Like it's not fake. It's like just very like, this is who I am, you know?
And I actually, to play off of that, when I first started the series, I kind of did try and copy like what people are watching. So I kind of did like the deadpan voice, and I'm like, this isn't really me. Like I'm not very like serious all the time like that. So, I mean, of course, like people liked that, but I felt like it wasn't really me. And so it kind of didn't feel normal to do those videos. And at first I was like, oh man, I don't even know if this idea is really great, but it was doing well. And so I kept doing the deadpan, and then I tried a very like funny and personable side, and I think that one did really well too. But now I think I do like my voice as like my normal voice, because I'm like, the best way for people to work with me and get to know me is like seeing how I am personally on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I feel like I've been focusing on more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been recording for a long time. I feel like I have so much to ask you still. So let's keep going a little bit longer. Okay. So your social media, you do an awesome job at recording or keeping up with your social media, being a mom. How do you feel like where do you feel like your business is going? Like, what are your goals?
My goal is mainly to be consistent with social media to be consistent there. I love working with clients all over the place. Like I remember when I first started being a buyer's agent, I was like, oh man, like listings kind of scare me. Like giving the bad news to sellers is terrifying. And now having that on my plate and learning from that, I feel like there's always something to learn. And so kind of growing with my listings, I'm hoping to do that in the future and stay consistent that direction. What else? Like of course, like hitting bigger numbers. Like I love helping people. I think that's the big thing. The reason why I love real estate so much is I just love making a connection and then giving them a house or selling their house. Like that's such a great opportunity to have, and being there for like their biggest purchase or biggest sale. Kind of like working, I do work with first time home buyers to luxury, and it's really cool to see the different things along the way. Like you could see like a really gross house that's going through foreclosure, and then go see like a $3 million home, and you're like, oh yeah, like that's pretty cool to see on a daily basis. But you're learning so many things along the way, I feel like. So even like short sales, I've worked with short sales, and I feel like I could grow that way. So I feel like different real estate transactions are fun, and I'd love to grow like working more in all kinds of different worlds.
Interesting you say that. Right before you walked in today, I was talking to one of my agent friends, and he said he has one. It's a short sale, and I'm like, I feel like that's going to be coming back. And then here you are, like short sales, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's like happening, which is a bummer.
I know, but it's really cool because it's like I feel like it's a different world of real estate.
Yeah.
Like you learn a lot. Like, of course, like, you know, you have 30-day closes, cash offers, contingencies, but short sales is a different game. You learn so much. You're working with, you know, attorneys. And so it's fun and exciting, but yeah, you learn a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like that's something that I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I don't need to right now. So
but to go off, I'm excited to just like keep growing. Like I feel like I'm still new in real estate compared to like other people who have been in the business for 10 plus years. So you're learning something new, and I'm excited to keep growing my clientele, kind of making my brand stand out. And so
I love that.
Goals.
I can't wait to watch you.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, so there's another question I wanted to ask you. I could ask you like so many. Okay, it was about. Oh, okay. So after you've made these connections with your clients, how do you stay in front of them?
So I'm usually like a phone call away. I'm also texting. I think a lot of people nowadays rather text than call. We do send like an email with like the different market updates and listings that sold within the area when they are going live. And those are mainly like from the listing side. So always sending like a market update within the area, any showings that have happened, kind of staying top of mind daily to them. But giving those metrics out weekly is important, and running ads with some of our social media videos. We kind of give them a kind of like an insight of like what is going on with the different ads and how many people it has reached. So keeping them top of mind on like how many, like the audience that it's reaching. And a lot of people within our videos, we have we do like I'm forgetting the word, what it's called, but you basically send in a word and we send out basically all the information of the home. And forgetting what
I
it's
know
called.
what you mean. Like if you drop a comment,
yes,
like open house,
yes,
you'll send. I don't know what that's called
I forget.
either.
There's like a name. Yeah, there's whatever that's called. But yes, we do that with all of our listing videos, and so it hits so many people.
And what are you sending to them?
Basically, the property website and information about the home.
Okay.
So that's why.
Does that work even if they just comment anything?
We say a specific word.
Okay.
And it targets, and so people have to say like
The specific word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's like in Saratoga Springs, we say comment Saratoga, or something that stands out within the home. Like we did like a deck video, and I I forget what we said for that one, but
Okay.
comment this and you'll get the information of the home.
That's smart.
And so, yeah, it hits a lot of people. And yeah, just
because then you're getting like all these comments
yes,
on your videos
yes,
and you're DMing. So then it's like
yes,
really probably showing your video over and over and over because Instagram or
yes,
Meta's like, oh, people like this.
Yeah. And when you're putting money into the ads, it hits like, it reaches a different target audience. And so, yeah, we're hitting a lot of views that way, but yeah, we make sure to let the sellers know about that and just giving them like a weekly update on their home. And then of course, like for buyers, we use Real Scout and keeping them top of mind, sending them homes.
And you have client events also.
Yes. Yeah. We just actually had one yesterday at Corn Bellies.
Well, good thing because it wasn't during the day because it was raining all day.
I know, it was so cold actually. I was freezing, but it was
hit
really
or miss
fun.
here. You know, you just really can't plan.
Yeah, but I am hoping to make a video because I took some content there. Just, doing little videos of how it looks like at night because some people haven't been to Corn Bellies at night.
I love that your team does the events.
Yes.
I just think it's invaluable. You're creating memories for families, and just keeping in contact with value.
Yeah, trying to stay top of mind.
Yeah.
Like we do Sundance passes in the wintertime, which is so fun. A lot of people take, their kids skiing.
Which you guys are the only ones I've heard that do that.
Yeah, I think it's
maybe
fun.
there's other people, but I haven't heard of them. So
yeah, I think it's so fun.
That is cool.
And days that like no one goes. Last year, Paige and I went by ourselves, and it was so much fun. We got to ski and create content for hopefully like this year when we post about it, saying like, hey, take advantage of our Sundance passes. So
yeah,
that's really fun.
That's great. Okay. Well, one last question. What advice would you give your new agent self?
My new agent self. I would say don't be scared. Because I feel like at first I was so scared to post. I feel like so many people are still doing that nowadays. Like they're so scared to get out of their comfort zone. I feel like, of course, like you have so many things in your mind, like, oh man, they don't want to just see houses. Like, oh man, I'm talking about this all the time. Like people are so annoyed with me right now. Or even like stories, like posting something that, like if I'm cooking, like, I don't know, like people in real estate don't care if I'm cooking, but like you're just creating your own brand and making people know that this is your personality. They don't want to just see you sell homes all the time. They want to see your personality, and that's what makes people want to work with you. And so I feel like in the early days, I was so scared. Like, I'm like, I have so much content that I filmed previously back in those days, and I was just so scared to post.
But what are people going to think of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So many reasons to hold back, and that gets in your head. And so then I just never posted, and I'm like beating myself up because if I was there back in the day, I would have been like, just do it. I feel like everyone gets that way, and I feel like all the top creators nowadays started that way before. They just put content out there. And so I feel like don't be scared, just be consistent. Try something. Like if it doesn't work, then pivot the direction, but don't be scared to put different things out there.
Well, I love that so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. And where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook under MamaMia_realtor.
All right. Thank you, Mia.
Thank you so much.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.